Good morning again. It's awfully dark outside. It is that time of the year. And that time of the morning. I hope everybody had an amazing day yesterday. A good night's sleep. Good morning, Maureen. Good morning, Angelina. Hope everybody's remembered to take that breath. Good morning. How are you, Jenny? So, what are we doing here again, guys? Oh, I guess it's Halloween or something. So a friend of mine, somebody we know actually up in Baltimore, made this movie. You can even get it on Amazon. But fun little movie. So, boy, is it just glowing here. So, what are we doing this morning? We are listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. Which means we get to check where our feet are, check where our butt is, maybe doing the kitty dance, get comfortable. Where are the shoulders at? And then the neck. Wow. And then taking that breath, so we get to check in with the universe, see if there's any angers or resentments. It's a daily inventory. It's a daily inventory to check in where we are and see if there's anything we need to watch out for or any feelings or anything that might get triggered kind of thing. And that's why I always encourage finding some form of meditation. So let me see, what have I got going on this weekend? So this weekend, I've got Friday, I will be doing free readings. That's right, Attaboy Books. I get the feeling I have something else coming up. Next month, I got a bunch of classes lined up. I got to get all that stuff ready. But for right now, I have one focus, and that's this moment. In this moment, you're still taking that breath. Okay, so what are we going to do here then? We are going to make our 3 stacks. Each one a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea. And if we believe in the multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack will lead down one path, this conversation is a totally different path, and this conversation will take us in a totally different direction. And the question is, and this is where we use our intuition and how do we feel. So I mean, even right down to what deck am I going to use today is going to affect the reading. Right down to, when we decide to listen to the alarm clock and get out of bed. Everything we do does have an effect. So if we try and do the positive things, you do the next right thing, you should get hopefully we get the next right thing. But I'm going to take the center, which is right at the heart. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. And I'm going to do our 3-in-1. And hope I don't sneeze. And taking a sip of coffee. Then flipping each card over one at a time like we're reading the pages of a book. And this never does cease to be exciting for me. We start with the 3 of coins. So yesterday we kind of ended with the 2 of wands, where we were making choices, making decisions. Well, 3s are about moving forward. 3s are about growth. Coins are our home, our health, and our finances. All the things that keep us grounded. So this is about, we have started things. I have a box of old bills and things like that I need to go through. I've already collated the box. This is just about the daily stuff that we have our intentions of starting and doing. But let's see what the next card is. which is the Nine of Wands, which reflects on the fact that that box has been sitting there for a very long time. So wands are fire and energy and passion and creativity. And nines, wow, that's a lot of wands. So this is what happens when we start to burn out. You know, it doesn't mean we don't accomplish something. It just means that we put a lot of effort into something, a lot of time, you know, but it's not completed yet. And so sometimes we know that there's these things that weigh on us, that we want to get done, or maybe that we have accomplished, but boy, it was a struggle to get there. But let's see what the next card is then. And it's the Eight of Swords. So I'll use that box of bills and letters and things like that. It's, you know, when we have a party at our house, we were talking about this. We take everything on the table, you know, kitchen table, and we throw it into a box because we're going to go through it because we had all these stacks. You know, we pay our bills, all that wonderful stuff. But now we have all these things we need to go through. And 3 parties, 3 boxes later. And then it's like, how do we feel when we look at that? And so swords are our thoughts, our ideas, and sometimes our anxieties. Eights are supposed to be about progress and moving forward. But when we get to the Eight of Swords, sometimes we feel overwhelmed. We're combining this with the Nine of Wands, and it's just that, you know, all those false starts, you know, or we get something done, but it was a struggle, and sometimes we just feel like we're caught in this loop, or we're like, you know, where everything seems to kind of build up. And as I always use the analogy of the brick in front of the face, that is an insurmountable wall. But if we just step back, we can see it's just a brick, and we can see around it, we can walk around it. So today what we're looking at are those things that we kind of just wall off in our brain. The things that we need to get done. You know, as a matter of fact, I'm in the middle of something at the office right now that needs to be done. Yesterday, things again came up, and I've had plenty of time to do this. But again, this is one of those things where I'm going to do, you know, 80% of the work in the last 20% of the time at this rate. So this is about the feelings we have when we let things pile up, or when we do stuff, but it takes a lot of effort. But let's see what the advice card is. Of course it is. So these small things, as I always say, you know, it's not the bears in the woods that'll get you, it's the mosquitoes. And so we start off with the 3 of coins, and we start another 3 of coins, and then we have another 3 of coins, and we let things pile up. And sometimes we feel like things are not, you know, things are done well enough, or they're put aside, hidden under a bed, whatever. But it's that stress and effort that we put in, and it affects all aspects of our lives, because coins are earth, wands are fire, swords are air, cups are water. So this is our feet, this is our hips, this is our head, this is our heart. But this is saying for the advice card with the Ace of Cups, to step back. And as I always say, Ace of Cups are just a seed. So those things that we're letting build up, even if we don't take care of them today, we know they're there. This is about giving ourselves a break. The Ace of Cups, cups are the element of water. They're our spirituality, our emotions, and our feelings. This is about walking back, being good to ourselves, and planting a positive seed. These things will get taken care of eventually, but if we let ourselves get wrapped around the axle, then it's just going to keep building up. We're going to, this is another thing I need to do. This is all that effort we put in. And then it's like, if it's not done, then this is the Eight of Swords, where we just another sword that pins us in. Each one of these things is another sword. The Ace of Cups is just saying, start over. Fresh, drink from this cup. And those things that have us wrapped around the axle, just realize that if they don't get done, then they don't get done at this exact moment. But with the Ace of Cups, we can start by making a list. We can start by saying, I'm not going to let myself get into a spiral, dig myself deeper. Trust me, I would love for those boxes to go away every time I sit down to watch TV. You know, when I go to the office today, I feel right now a lot lighter, because it's like I've reminded myself that it's like I don't have to wait to do the last 80% in 3 days. I could start today and just finish it today. So today, it's about loving ourselves enough to do what we can, you know, serenity to accept the things we cannot change, courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference instead of abusing ourselves and fighting it. So, with that today, find that Ace of Cups and then plan from there. Thanks again, everybody. Take care. I will see you all again tomorrow. Isn't that exciting? Awesome. And with that, I will see you later, everybody. Maybe somebody will fly in and I'll see you tomorrow at Attaboy Books. Take care.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the cards around.